What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome to a Q&A where you guys are asking the hard-hitting questions here. Like, I was shook. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys really, you want to know the deep stuff. You guys want to know the tea. Actually, but you know, the questions were really good. All joking aside, you guys asked like really fun questions, and we have 7 of them to go through. I thought that would be a nice middle ground because one of you guys asked me if I was going to be doing a Q&A, and it was a more recent member of the community who came in, and I'm like, okay, you know what? It's time for a new Q&A. More people have been subscribing lately, and yeah, I mean, if you guys want me to do another one of these down the road, let me know down in the comments below, and I can totally do that. So the first question comes from the YouTube community section, and it's from Derek Kepner. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And they asked, I'd like to hear more about your music and what made you decide to switch to gaming journalism, if it's something you don't mind talking about. What kind of music did you write / play, etc.? Okay, so it's interesting because this is a very long story. So put a long story kind of shorter. I thought I was going to do music. My entire life, I thought I was going to be a musician, I was going to tour, I was going to do all these things. I am partially classically trained in music from the time I was 7 all the way up until I graduated from college. I started out doing classical piano, classical opera techniques for singing. I've been singing since I was basically like, I think 6 or 7 years old is when I started singing and taking lessons. I took classical piano lessons from the time I was 7 to 13, and then I continued just taking lessons and being in choir, even in college. I think I was in choir in college for 1 or 2 years, and then I just got so busy with my major for psychology that I decided to just quit choir and just do some jam sessions and music stuff on my own. So yeah, I was pretty much a musician my entire life, and I still am a musician, but I more or less do music for the games that I create and for my own YouTube channel. So like the beginning song that you guys heard, or like the ending song that you guys will hear in my videos more recently, that's my stuff. And the reason that I switched from doing music to gaming journalism was because I heard people later on down the road tell me that I couldn't sing, that I wasn't going to make it in the industry with my voice and everything, and it was just a lot of just heartbreak one after the other with music and at that point in my life. So I decided to stop music professionally. At that point, it wasn't even professionally, it was just me like trying to get my nose into the business. I almost got signed at one point when I think I was like 21, 22, but that turned out to be a scam. Thank goodness I didn't sign a contract or anything like that. I don't want to be stuck in like a 360 deal or anything like that. If you guys want, the know-how of what a 360 deal is, go to the documentary of 30 Seconds to Mars. They explain very well what a 360 deal is. And I was so terrified that I would get stuck in one of those. But I made the switch to gaming journalism because music and gaming for me are 2 of my biggest passions. And writing and journalism for me has always been something I knew I kind of wanted to do. I just wasn't ever really interested in politics, and I hated the fact that people on news networks were so biased and so just, oh, well, I'm going to talk about the thing that I, am in support of. And I didn't want to be a biased reporter, So I decided that, okay, let me start. And this is when I was starting my gaming channel, and it kind of clicked for me in 2018, 2 years after I was doing my gaming channel, because I was still trying to do music in some fashion while I was doing my gaming channel. I had 3 channels at the time, you guys, when I was first starting out. I had a music channel, I had a gaming channel, I had a vlogging channel. It was just a hot mess channel. And I realized that no, this is the road that I'm supposed to go down, is gaming journalism. Music never worked out. Like in some way or some form, the universe always kept trying to tell me, hey, this is not good for you. You're not supposed to do this right now. This is not your calling. Because any time that I would try to do something with music that was big, it would always mess up. Like something would always stand in the way. But with gaming journalism, all my opportunities are coming to fruition with this, and I absolutely I'm so in love with gaming, you guys. I've been a gamer since I was 10 years old, and music and gaming go like this, but gaming is higher up on the list than music. So And the last part of the question is, what kind of music do I write and play? So I play the piano, I play the keyboard, I play the guitar. I tried learning the violin, it didn't really work out that well. I play the African drums, and I don't play the regular drums. I don't like, even though I have good timing and good beat and rhythm, I cannot play the regular drums to save my life. So, and I also sing as well. So yeah, thank you so much for the question. I really appreciate that. I know that was a very long-winded answer to a very what was probably a simple question, but I feel like it needed more of a backstory. And it's amazing finally to understand what I'm supposed to do with my life, because before I was going from thing to thing to thing to thing, and then once I hunkered down and realized, oh crap, gaming journalism, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be in the gaming industry, and I never realized that it could actually be a job, a career, and that's just so cool that I've made it into one. Next question comes from Sir Ven from the YouTube community tab, and he says, planning on picking up a PS5, and what consoles do I own? Okay, so I am planning on picking up a PS5 at some point, just way into the future. Financially not feasible right now to spend almost $600 on another console. Just a PS5 is not a feasible thing. But I do own an Xbox Series X, which you guys can see in the background. I also own 2 Nintendo Switches. I have the regular version that you can hook up to your TV, and I have the Switch Lite. I also have a PS4 as well. So I don't know would technically count for me to call my PC a console, but I also am a PC gamer as well, so there's that. So the next question comes from my friend and mod Max. Max, how are you? I hope you're doing well, friend. He said, what do you feel you can attribute your success to? Coffee will not be accepted as a valid answer. Ah, darn it. Okay, fine. So 3 main things. It's not just one thing that I can attribute my success to. I attribute my success to my family, my friends, and myself. My friends have been my rocks, my ride or dies. There's no stopping them. They're just absolutely amazing individuals who humble me every single day. Same goes for my parents. My parents owned their own businesses before they met one another, and then they owned their own business when they met one another and they had me. So they're absolutely incredible sources of inspiration for me personally. And also myself. I did the thing. I worked my ass off in order to get to where I am currently with my YouTube channel and with, the success I have so far. Watch out, because there's going to be more success to come. So next up in the questions, we have Andy from Twitter, who asked, who is my inspiration? Oh gosh, I have several inspirations, but if I'm going to pick one inspiration of mine, oh gosh, this is a tough question actually, because I have so many people who I look up to in my life. I would have to say definitely Casey Neistat. He's definitely my inspiration, not just with the vlogging, but his whole attitude towards life and work and family. Definitely someone who, if I can be the 10th of a content creator he is, I've succeeded. Question comes from another one of my mods and also one of my good friends. Pete, how you doing? Pete, how are you? Have you ever platinumed a game? If not, what's the closest you've gone to it? So yes, my first platinum I ever got was Neverending Nightmare. It's an indie horror game, and I loved that game. It's not a difficult game. It's more of a story-driven side-scroller game. It's so good. It is so good. If you guys have not played it, please make sure you play it. It's wonderful. It's spooky. It's horror driven. It's very, very, very story driven with horror. Those are its key elements, and it's wonderful. Go play it. Next question is from Storm Shadow, and they asked, how did you get your name Huggable Hipster? Don't know if I asked you that. Okay, so the name Huggable Hipster, I know I've answered this before on my channel, but I'll gladly answer it again. The name Huggable Hipster, actually, long story short, I was at a tutoring session tutoring someone in I think it was biopsych at the time, biopsych or regular psychology, I don't remember, and they were doing their work at the time in April, which by the way, it's kind of a couple of days past my anniversary, officially 6 years I've been running this channel. Thank you. Hold your applause. I was sitting tutoring this person as they were doing my work. I had just created a YouTube channel, and I had already had the account, but I hadn't created any videos on it yet. So I thought, okay, you know what, I want to figure out what I want to name the channel. I want to be able to name it something cool, something, you know, like unique. And my nickname in college from several people was Hipster, because I wore scarves, I drank a shit ton of coffee, I was just that person. I was also like, I loved giving people hugs. Like that, you know, like one of my nicknames, I think it was from an exchange student back when I was a freshman, was Hugsy. Like it was so cute and innocent and adorable. But yeah, I wanted something that had hipster in the name, and I tried names like Wondrous Hipster, Glam Hipster, you know, Starstruck Hipster. I don't know why I thought of that. And one thing led to another, and I forget the process of thought that I had, where I just thought, oh, okay, Huggable Hipster, because I love to give hugs. I love giving people hugs. It's just in my nature. I don't know what led from 2 and 2 to equal this answer, but you know, there it was. It was during a tutoring session when I was, you know, tutoring somebody. They were working. I was figuring out some of my own stuff and came up with the name. And last question of the Q&A is, what do you prefer, burgers or pizza? Now this is a hard-hitting question, you guys. I'm a New Yorker, okay? I may have been born and raised in New Jersey, but I am a New Yorker at heart, okay? Spent from age 7 to the time I graduated from college, probably every other day up until I went to college in Manhattan, and then every break that I got, I would go to Manhattan. So, being that I am a very strong New Yorker, you would expect me to pick pizza. You'd be wrong. Burgers all the way, all the way, a burger. You haven't lived until you've gone to Saks Fifth Avenue and had burgers. There was a restaurant that I remember going to on Mother's Day with my mom, obviously, and we went to the restaurant in Saks Fifth Avenue, and I got these little, like, burgers, technically sliders. So good. Like, it just, oh my god, it was everything. I remember sitting there with 4 little mini slider burgers on my plate, and I, like, you know, a little bit of like the dill pickle. Oh my god, it was just so delicious. It was so good. It was so filling, but yet so refreshing, and just on top of it, you're like at one of the best places for shopping ever, Saks. Like, oh my god. This is not to diminish my love for pizza, okay? My favorite kind of pizza is broccoli with mushrooms. My second favorite is a Hawaiian pizza without the meat, okay? Hold the meat, just the pineapple. Thank you very much. But you guys, that is it for the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe, hit the bell down below, because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's so weird not saying Saturday anymore. I was about to say it, but I caught thyself. But with that being said, stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, you guys.